London. A latest controversy has erupted in Kensington Gardens as residents object to a planned Burberry fashion show on Perks Field, part of the private garden at Kensington Palace, used by Prince William and Princess Kate. With London Fashion Week looming, the proposal has triggered complaints over noise, traffic, litter, and a broader unease about the increasing commercialization of the royals' horticultural haven. Luxury fashion house Burberry has applied to the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea to install a large marquee and stage an official London Fashion Week show on Perks Field later this month. The field is part of the Prince and Princess of Wales's private garden at Kensington Palace. According to reporting, Burberry asserts that it has consulted with the royal household, Crown Estate, and local residents in framing the plan. Not everyone is on board. A number of neighbors, including the local Residents Association and even the High Commissioner of India, whose residence lies directly opposite Perks Field, have lodged formal objections. Their concerns are multifaceted. Noise pollution and traffic. A high-profile fashion show is expected to draw large numbers of attendees, media, and support crews, which could lead to gridlock in one of London's most exclusive neighborhoods. Litter and cleanup. Large events typically bring waste and disruption. Residents fear that cleaning, maintenance, and environmental impact won't be sufficiently mitigated. Diplomatic and residential privacy. The High Commissioner of India has expressed worry that noise or commotion could interfere with diplomatic functions, private events, or everyday life in what is already a heavily secured and quiet residential area. Commercialization of royal spaces. Some residents feel that using Perks Field for commercial fashion shows represents a shift, that spaces historically used privately by the royal family are increasingly being leased or used for high-profile commercial events. They see this as eroding the boundaries between private royal property and public spectacle. This is not the first time Burberry has chosen Perks Field for a runway event. The fashion label held shows there in 2014, 2015, and 2016. Also, Perks Field has featured in other high-profile uses, during the 2012 Olympics, for design fairs, and even as landing and refueling grounds for air ambulances during the COVID-19 pandemic. Supporters of the show argue that events of this nature enhance London's global fashion credentials and bring economic benefits, from media coverage to visitor spending. Burberry insists that the proper consultations have been taken place. The Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea now holds the decision in its hands. The council must evaluate the objections, weigh the submissions from residents, local associations, and diplomatic bodies, and consider whether to grant permission for the marquee and associated infrastructure. Should the show be approved, preparations will intensify. Traffic management, noise control, waste disposal, security, and privacy measures will be under scrutiny. If it is denied, critics may see the decision as affirmation that even royal properties are not beyond community standards and neighbor concerns. The dispute raises questions about how private royal spaces are used, especially in urban settings. To what extent should private gardens behind palaces be made available for commercial displays? How can the interests of residents, diplomats, and the monarchy be balanced? And do repeated commercial events risk desensitizing local communities to loud spectacles at the expense of their peace? For now, Kensington's elegant avenues await the council's decision, and whether this royal garden remains a calm refuge or becomes a runway under the limelight.